Now that Taylor Swift owns all of her master recordings, they have finally updated the Eras Tour archive, which is so funny because for those of you who attended my live stream yesterday and the week before, didn't I just say, where is the update to the archive? Somebody has to have a clip of that live stream because I'm pretty sure I brought this up. So it's time to make like Hillary Duff and come clean. Which one of you is Taylor Nation? Y'all, I swear I'm not a witch, but I'm starting to think maybe I am. Just checking in, where are we at with debut TV and TS12? No, all jokes aside, it is really fun to see the Eras Tour archive updated. It is interesting though that Fearless Taylor's version and Red Taylor's version are before Folklore and Evermore in this sequence. I don't think it's an Easter egg, it's probably just a small error. We'll see if they update it as more people call attention to it, like they absolutely will. But it's fun to see the players of all of the original music and like the music videos and stuff. Even some of the live performances are on here. It's also just very aesthetically pleasing to me to see all the original album artwork instead of the Eras Tour poster artwork. I'm also just happy in general that they haven't forgotten about this site. Did you guys find anything cool on the site? Let me know. And I'm gonna go spiral for the rest of the day because at this point, Taylor Nation, I know you're watching. Self-titled listening party? Taylor Nation, I'm trying to have breakfast here. What are you doing? I have barely had 3 sips of my coffee. Some of us are on Pacific time, okay? Hashtag self-titled era TS the Eras Tour. I see what you're doing. And you just fixed Fearless TV and Red TV coming after Folklore and Evermore. Okay, so this isn't self-titled Taylor's version, but like, I know what you're doing. Guys, I think debut TV is next. Because in the music industry, this is what we call the pre-launch phase, where an artist starts testing the waters, so to speak. And this is now the second time they've called attention to self-titled. Once being obviously the letter where Taylor said self-titled Taylor's version is done. And now we're doing a station head listening party for self-titled. You want to make sure the fan base knows this album. I feel what you're doing. I know what's going on. I got your number now. So don't ever start that with Welcome Home self-titled. I thought this was Taylor Swift announcing self-titled Taylor's version. Don't do that to me again. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Okay, so now we're doing a Fearless listening party. Yesterday was self-titled, tomorrow will be Speak Now, and I assume the day after that will be Red, and then 1989, and then Reputation. Because in their first tweet, it was all about Taylor's first 6 eras. But here's what I don't get. She got her master's back like nearly 2 months ago. So why now? The easy answer here is obviously fan engagement. It's like tapping somebody on the shoulder to wake them up. They want to make sure we're all active. But why? Of course, we have Folklore's anniversary coming up, but if Speak Now Taylor's version was any indication, maybe they don't care so much about the day itself. I'm open to being wrong, but I do think that the listening parties will probably stop with Reputation, but I still think something is coming. In case anyone needs a reminder, I personally think it's debut TV, but I don't care if it's TS12, a documentary, or whatever else, because the drought was the very worst. But like real talk, I don't think they're messing with us. I think they want us to pay attention, or at least be on alert for something. It's very obvious she's both egging TS12 and debut TV. Which one comes first, I'm not 100% sure. I don't think she would have told us that debut TV is done if she didn't have a plan for it, but there's a lot of evidence for TS12 too. What do you guys think is happening? Let me know. Taylor Nation has graced us with the station head listening party for Speak Now today, and everyone is saying that this is a countdown, but what if it's a count up? Debut was at 1 p.m., Fearless was for 2 p.m., now we have Speak Now at 3 p.m. And if we're celebrating her first 6 eras, then that would take us all the way to Reputation at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like I've been saying, sure, this can just be for fan engagement, but Taylor got her masters back like 2 months ago. Why now? We know Blondie loves her late summer announcements and fall releases. And as somebody who thinks debut is probably next, 6 is half of 12. TS12? For this post, they also used the story of Us, which is a track 7. Not a 6, not a 12, not a 10, none of the cool numbers. You guys know I will take anything that Taylor wants to drop. If that ends up being TS12, I'm fine with it. Am I gonna be mad over a brand new studio album? But I do find it interesting that we're finally focusing on the first 6 albums in her discography. The listening parties have really only played the standard versions of the albums, no bonus tracks or vault songs, like the pure standard version of her records. If they continued past Reputation, the next one would obviously be Lover, but why would they have a stream Lover on Folklore's anniversary? Throughout 2025, Taylor Nation has sort of been working like this. Activity, low activity. Activity, low activity. So while something may not immediately happen right after we stream Reputation or even after Folklore's anniversary if they choose to do something, giving us a valley in activity, To basically go silent after she gets her master recordings and now we're streaming her first 6 records. Where are we going with this? Sure, maybe some of the paperwork had to be finalized over the last 2 months before they could actively promote these 6 records to make sure the transfer of ownership was completely finalized. But I don't know. I find this odd. I think even if something doesn't happen right after the Reputation streaming party, like the next day or so, I still think we're gearing up for something. The question is, what is it? Taylor Nation is definitely counting up or down to something, so here's a list of all the things that it could be, ranging from unhinged and probably doesn't exist to it could happen. Next up, we've got TS12. Look, it's time to face facts. We're done with the Torture Poets department. I don't see another single coming from it anytime soon. The last single was like a year ago, and it was barely a single at that. Blondie has been wearing a whole bunch of new patterns, and she's like putting 12 letters in everything, so it could be TS12. It could also be debut TV. Taylor said it was done. Not me, not Hermione, her. I know that some people swear that the re-recording project is completely done, but like, why would she tell us that debut TV is done if she didn't have the intention of releasing debut TV? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna look at me and tell me that Taylor Swift doesn't like money? So it could be debut TV. It could also be the Eras Tour documentary. The long theorized and never materialized Eras Tour documentary, it really could be this time. Because they're talking a lot about TS the Eras Tour again, and we haven't acknowledged that for months. This documentary would be specifically about how the Eras Tour was created. As I like to call it, the I Can Do It With a Broken Heart music video. It could also be a documentary about the re-recording project. Girl, fill us in on the deets. How was it recording everything? How did you get your masters? Tell us everything. I don't really have any proof for this off the top of my head, but it could be. Number 5, we've got Eras Tour Vancouver film. Eras Tour 2.0, whatever you want to call it. I was at the grand finale, and I remember specifically that the camera was getting in my way during Enchanted, so since I'm still annoyed about that, where is the film? If you film something, let me see it. So it could be another Eras Tour film. It could be a merch drop. God knows we've never had a countdown lead to a merch drop ever, not once. That would be like cute and different or something. Furthermore, it could lead us to another countdown. What if it doesn't stop with Reputation? What if it just continues through all of her studio albums, including the re-records? After that, we could count down to another merch drop. Or we could be counting down to August. Know that the month of August signed a contract with Taylor so that now she owns it. We could just be counting down to August. And that's it. Number 9, the Rep TV Vault. She said the Vault songs could hatch one day. Not me, not Hermione, her. Since her letter, we basically all accepted that Rep TV is just gonna be a meme and not an actual album. She specifically has mentioned the Rep TV Vault songs now twice, so it could be the Rep TV Vault. Number 10, just an Instagram post from Taylor. Oh, you are alive. Okay, just wanted to make sure. What was Selena's birthday? We could be counting towards an award show that nobody knows about that Swifties also think is a countdown or a count up. It'd be so fun. It'd be like the AMAs and the Grammys all over again. We could also be counting down to the release of Sweeter Than Fiction TV on streaming. Yes, Taylor, we do still remember that it hasn't been released to streaming yet. But we could be counting down to that. We could also finally get Need. Yes, Taylor, we do still remember that it hasn't been released. So it could be that. It could also be the Eras Tour live album. How many live versions of songs from the Eras Tour did you release last year? I don't know off the top of my head, but we're doing a lot of TS the Eras Tour stuff, so live album. Number 15, it could be Karma. We could group this in as the Rep TV Vault, or since she I don't know, flicked her eyelash that one time on the Eras Tour, it could be Karma. Or absolutely nothing. It's a little tired, tried, and true, but it could be. Well, clowns, we finally got the Red Listening Party announcement featuring, you guessed it, more tour photos. And it was posted at 12:40. 12 plus 4 is 16. TS12 would be Taylor's 16th album. Just saying. I mean, if we're gonna go full clown, might as well. And of course, as we all guessed, this listening party is happening 1 hour later at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Speak Now was at 3, Fearless was at 2, and Debut was at 1. So probably 1989 will be at 5, and Reputation will be at 6. I still find these hashtags kind of interesting. Like, all jokes aside, why are we still doing the TS the Eras Tour thing? Besides branding. We've done hashtag folklore, we've done hashtag evermore, we've done hashtag lover, so on and so forth. Why is it now suddenly things like hashtag red era TS the Eras Tour or fearless era TS the Eras Tour, so on and so forth? Like, is it really just social branding cleanup? We're gonna have hashtag midnight's era TS the Eras Tour? What if we get TS12? That wasn't on the Eras Tour. We only have a couple more days to figure out what's going on, if anything. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments. What do I really think is going on with these listening parties? Fine. I will give you a video that isn't laced with sarcasm. But I am a Virgo, so I might have to have a little bit serious voice. Could these listening parties actually be leading to something? Yes. Is it possible it will lead to absolutely nothing? Yes. Does that something that may or may not happen have to happen right after Reputation's listening party? No. Does Taylor Nation do Easter eggs? Yes. Are they different from the ones that Taylor Swift herself does? Yes. Does Taylor Nation Easter egg a brand new album before Blondie gives them permission to? Probably not. And that's because Taylor Nation is its own micro company under Taylor Swift. Think of them as like a department. No pun intended. Meaning they have one primary goal: to promote the Taylor Swift brand. Have you noticed that Taylor Nation very rarely, if ever, does any type of crises control? How many times has something bad been happening in our community and Taylor Nation does absolutely nothing? That's because they are not her crises management. They are there to promote the Taylor Swift brand. Good, you're catching on. And they're highly trained because they're deep in the Taylor Swift lore, as we all learned on the Eras Tour. But they've also been around since she was on MySpace to watch it happen in real time. Because it was cool to have a street team online back then. So are they Easter egging TS12? If she's given them permission to, it's going to be extremely smartly placed if they are. And we are going to ignore Folklore and Evermore for this conversation because they were created basically in a vacuum. Folklore and Evermore are not your typical albums, and they were not created during a very typical time in the music industry. The music industry did not just change because of the pandemic. It was also changing target demographics and dealing with the advancement of technologies. So while Folklore was created with a very, very tight circle, Taylor Nation egging Wreck My Plans from Willow before we got it is probably because she gave them permission to. Because in order to promote what's next, they have to be briefed with materials on what to promote. Meaning they probably had a teeny tiny glimpse into Evermore before we did. Folklore, again, different story. But I digress. Timestamps and hashtags and little things that add up is very in character and on brand for Taylor Nation because it helps them promote the Taylor Swift brand. And they also know that we, the fans, will absolutely look into that stuff, which in turn promotes the Taylor Swift brand. But the more concrete Easter eggs about the content of the next album is gonna come from Miss Billion Dollar CEO over here. And not just TS12. That counts for any brand new content coming from Taylor Swift. Debut TV, Eras Tour documentary, so on and so forth. And you know what I haven't seen yet in this Taylor Swift count up, count down thing? Taylor Swift. Although she did just appear in the birthday picture with Selena Gomez, and I find that timing very funny. But if anything, this is to continue the 2025 trend of getting us excited for something. For example, if they have been briefed with materials that an Eras Tour or re-recording project documentary is coming down the line, then they will be given permission to poke the bear and make sure her fans are excited for something and paying attention to their socials. Does an announcement or release have to come exactly after that? No, it can be within a certain time range as well. But if Taylor's marketing team has decided that there's nothing new to promote, then they're tasked with fan engagement so that Taylor doesn't constantly have to actively promote herself. Taylor Nation was made to promote the Taylor Swift brand so that Taylor doesn't have to. So that is why in my videos I always say it could lead to something or it might not. And no matter what, because she's Taylor Swift, whatever she does will sell, especially post-Eras Tour. Why? Because she's Taylor Swift, and the Eras Tour was much more than a trending fad. It was actually socially, politically, and economically important and impactful to the entire globe. Love her or hate her. So that's why I'm down to clown for anything. So when Taylor Nation does something seemingly random and then continues in rapid succession like this, I pay attention. As expected, we have our 1989 listening party announcement, and as we all thought, it will be at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do find it interesting that they posted at 11:05 Eastern Time. 11 plus 5 is 16, and TS12 would be her 16th album. I'm just saying, I said we were going full clown. We've come this far, so might as well. I had a feeling there would probably be a curveball because they love a good bait and switch. And that would be Taylor Nation posting earlier instead of later like we all expected. And as my girl JoJo pointed out to me this morning, we do have this scene in the I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. A12, A16, 12th studio album, 16th album overall. I'm just saying. I think we're pretty much all in agreement now that they're doing something. They're preparing us for something. Again, it could be nothing. On Instagram, they also used New Romantics, which is a track 16. So according to my calculations, one clown theory plus another clown theory equals another merch drop. Tomorrow is Reputation's listening party, so I'm definitely going to be looking out for any 16s or 1s and 6s. And it's her 6th studio album, so you know I'm going to be looking extra hard. Again, could be nothing, but what do you think? Let me know in the comments. What up, clowns? It's time to stream Reputation. We finally have the announcement from Taylor Nation that the streaming party will be at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They tweeted, "Welcome home, Reputation. Your handprints on our soul. We longed for a time when we could use the snake emoji again." Girl, no offense, but like, what are you talking about? Hello, Eras Tour. You use the snake emoji just as much as we did. Also, the troll in me does feel vindicated that the cover picture is the gold outfit. I am petty and I will never not bring that up. We also have another picture from the Spry song set of this tour. Furthermore, they're all tour photos again. I also love the 6 S's on stream, but also low-key, it's just nice to see Reputation get some promo. The song they chose to use over on Instagram was Endgame. I think that's funny for one reason. The clip starts playing at the big Reputation, which is at the 13-second mark in the song. Because of course it is. Now, what does this mean? Well, like always, we don't know yet. Remember, this could just be a streaming party for her first 6 records. But tomorrow is the 5th anniversary of Folklore, which means the stress has not ended. Keep your clown makeup on, we've talked about this. But seriously, they do seem to still be counting down or up depending on which math you're following. Do I think the vault songs from Reputation are coming? Probably, honestly, unlikely. But I do find it interesting that these are all tour photos, and there's always a photo from what is like the surprise song set, you know? So keep your eyes peeled for merch. I mean, whatever happens. Officially been 5 years of Folklore. And as of this recording, we have not been told to stream it. Nor have we gotten a merch drop, so, you know, life's looking up. The day is still young, you know, who knows? And I'm gonna be real with you all, I actually appreciate that this tweet did not ask us to share our favorite memories of Folklore. Because remember, it dropped in the middle of the pandemic when none of us could see each other. So like, what happy memories of Folklore? Just kidding. I'm not taking my clown makeup off yet. As we have known from the very beginning, we were celebrating her first 6 eras, as seen in the original post, excluding the 13,000th day alive thing. We were either gonna jump to Folklore or we were gonna stream Lover, but that would have been weird on Folklore's birthday. Some of y'all are gonna see this and give up, and that's fine. But like I told you last December, I'm never taking my clown makeup off. Jokes aside, in my other videos, I did say that nothing had to happen right after the streaming parties. There is wiggle room here for a couple weeks to a couple months. I still think the streaming parties nearly 2 months after she owns her master recordings was a little weird. And if you're one of those boring people that's gonna hound the comment sections being like, see, this is why I can't clown anymore, or this is what happens when Swifties build something up in their head, I want you to take a seat, respectfully. Because there has also been no indication that Taylor will not do anything in 2025, other than all of us thinking she needs a break, because we were spoiled the last few years. If nothing has happened by January 1st, 2026, okay, I concede, you win. But for now, I'm petty and I'm gonna click dislike on that comment or that video. Obviously, I'm kidding, but I do still think something is up. I hardly ever report on her personal life, but y'all saw the photos, right? We do not get candid photos of Taylor anymore, and this is super cute. For those of you who don't know, Travis Kelce finally posted Taylor on his Instagram, and look how cute they are. They are each other's lock screen. And apparently the date of this picture is Wednesday, March 12th, and apparently she's in 7 out of 13 photos. Taylor hardly ever uses her personal life to Easter egg, but we also live in a crazy era right now. So I am not saying that this is an Easter egg. I'm just saying that the timing is hilarious. Side note, but this is adorable. I love everything about this. Honestly, it might be my favorite photo because I did say that in this countdown/count up, we were missing Taylor herself, and now she's turned up in Selena Gomez's Instagram and now Travis's Instagram. And the fact that there's 7 photos of her, if we count up starting with debut. Again, I'm not saying she's doing anything. I just think the timing is funny. Jokes aside, it is super fun to see Taylor in her natural habitat. We just don't get treats like this anymore as a fandom, and they both look so happy. Reminder, Taylor Swift does not owe us anything, but if she wanted to do something, I'd be fine with it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Sounds, I believe I see an 8. Taylor Swift just returned to Instagram to post about Happy Gilmore 2, which Travis Kelce happens to be in, posting on her stories that Happy Gilmore 2 had me cackling and cheering the whole movie. An absolute must watch, 13 out of 10. Go watch it on Netflix as soon as humanly possible. If we're counting up, today would be number 8, and I believe this looks like an 8. Okay, sure, it's 18, but work with me, clowns. While I do think that this post supporting her boyfriend is very, very cute, the fact that Taylor Swift herself has now appeared is quite interesting, because I already saw some of you trying to write today off, and yet here she is. If we are counting up, then we're looking for a 9 tomorrow. And I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but does anybody know if tomorrow's an anniversary for anything? Again, I'm not saying anything is for sure happening. I just think the timing, again, is hilarious. And the fact that it comes from Taylor Swift herself is even more funny. Tell me all of your thoughts immediately in the comments. Do not take that clown makeup off. If it leads to nothing, it leads to nothing, but this is hilarious. Regarding this countdown with Taylor Swift, it's come to my attention that some of you have forgotten the most important thing, and that's okay. I broke it down for you. It's very simple. First of all, the thing you need to remember the most is fun is okay. Repeat after me. Fun is okay. It will be on the test, so you need to remember. So right now, we are going through a countdown, count up thing. We're not 100% sure, but it's okay because it's a meme. It's a ha-ha funny. It could lead to something, which would be okay. But it could also lead to nothing. And that's okay too. Why? Because it is ha-ha. It's a meme. It's funny. Now you are angry. You are angry. And angry is no fun. And that's not okay because fun is okay. Fun is okay. If you're going to be angry, you need to go out and buy a lollipop. If you're going to be a fun sucker, you need to go out and buy a sucker since you already suck all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because fun is okay. Because it's a meme. It's not serious. It's not that deep. It's a ha-ha, but it could lead to something. And who doesn't love new art from their favorite artist? But it could also lead to nothing, and that's okay too. Because it's funny. It's a meme, and fun is okay. I hope this helps. Taylor Swift shoot a brand new music video in LA? Well, according to The Sun, that's exactly what just happened. I'll obviously take this with a grain of salt, but The Sun has gotten it right a couple times in the past. At the top of my head, I know they predicted the music video with Joey King, and I think that a new album would come before more re-records. But they are a tabloid, so use caution. According to The Sun, the music video was top secret. Even to people on set, they were only allowed to hear the beat, which is absolutely not uncommon for Taylor Swift. Need I remind you of the Endgame music video, where only she had the track playing in her ear? Taylor Swift goes to great lengths to keep her stuff from leaking. So to me, that part is more of a yeah, duh. With all this countdown stuff going on, her earrings at the Grammys with the 12 jewels, been getting a lot of timestamps lately that add up to 12. Like yesterday's story was posted at 2:46 EST, which adds up to 12. As much as I was holding out hope that debut TV might be next, it's seeming increasingly likely that TS12 is probably right around the corner. And we know Blondie loves a fall release. Taylor, do we really need an October date though? Couldn't you do like November? Reputation is so lonely, okay? It needs some friends. It is also not unusual for artists to film music videos long before they're actually released. So just because she may have filmed something on Thursday doesn't mean it's coming immediately. That being said, something might be coming. And are you ready for it? Daily Double seems to be cautiously doubling down on their initial report about seismic rumblings about TS12, or a brand new Taylor Swift project. So, TS12. When was the last time you saw most of your favorite Swiftie creators agreeing on the same thing? We're talking new Taylor Swift era. They are a bit salty about it though, alleging that Taylor's team texted, called, and faxed them about their initial report, but this weekend's rumor report from The Sun is apparently okay, or maybe in typical tabloid fashion, they just don't care to take down their article. Regardless, I think this is interesting, because artists leak info to the press all the time. It's how they slowly start working their way back into the public eye, especially if they've been gone for a while, like Taylor Swift has since the Eras Tour. So it is entirely possible that they asked Hits Daily Double to change their initial article, not The Sun, because The Sun may be the planned leak. Again, this type of stuff is very, very common in the music industry. More so than you might realize. Regardless if it's The Sun, Hits Daily Double, or whoever else, we are clearly gearing up for something new in the coming weeks or months. While the count up, count down thing might be over, like I said in my other videos, nothing had to come as soon as it was over. We just had a peak in activity, so we're probably gonna go down for a little bit, then there's gonna be something else. My only question for you guys is, what do you wanna hear on TS12? Let me know in the comments. What did I just say? Oh, I remember. In my other videos, nothing had to come as soon as it was over. We just had a peak in activity, so we're probably gonna go down for a little bit, then there's gonna be some. I'm literally never going to beat the witch allegations. Almost time to get lost in the memories. If this ends up being an Easter egg for TS12, this is the kind of egging that Taylor Nation does. We all celebrate August. We all stream this song when it's time for August. If we get some type of announcement in August, this is the perfect type of egg for it. Hidden in plain sight. They did post at 3:53 EST. It only adds up to 11. But we're not going to count that as a 12 Easter egg. Because this, August, might be the egg. I know some of you still swear that Taylor Nation never Easter eggs, and that's okay. You're entitled to your incorrect opinion. But again, the timing of this is hilarious. Because you know what today's count would be? That's right. 11. We didn't get 9 or 10 this weekend. If we were continuing, it would be 11. And they posted at a time that adds up to 11. I'm just saying. So, Taylor Nation, what memories are we about to get lost in? Clown makeup on. Instead of being a film, could the Eras Tour 2.0 actually be Taylor's next tour? This is not a theory or an Easter egg, it's just thoughtful discussion. No, I'm not chanting more. Yes, Taylor can do what she wants. No, I don't think it would be a 3.5-hour show. And 4, just hear me out. Taylor had gotten her master's back almost 2 months before this tweet, and then suddenly they update the Eras Tour archive. But they bring back hashtag TS the Eras Tour, when the original hashtag for the website was TS Eras Archives. Can they change it? Sure, it's a hashtag. But that's a very specific branding hashtag. The term eras to describe different pop girls' albums has been around for a very long time. It's not Gen Z slang, it's not a new term, it's not unique to Taylor, it's been around since I was a kid. And that is partially why the Eras Tour is called the Eras Tour. It's a buzzword. But Taylor did sort of take control of it with the branding of the Eras Tour. Hashtag city name TS the Eras Tour. Hashtag self-titled era TS the Eras Tour. And I acknowledge that they have only used hashtag album name era TS the Eras Tour for her first 6 records. As you can see, as recently in Folklore, it's hashtag 5 Years of Folklore or hashtag Folklore. Tour. But they had to have chosen to bring back the Eras Tour branding for a reason. So let's say during Taylor's upcoming 12th era, she drops debut TV and whatever the rep vault is, and then goes out on tour again. Remember, she loves to tour, and she has said that she will be back to certain places several times. Yes, I do believe that she will tour again. Now, this is a picture I took at the grand finale. If we get an Eras Tour documentary or Eras Tour film, this would make sense to continue the Eras Tour brand. If Taylor goes out on tour again, I don't think it's impossible to think that that could be the Eras Tour 2.0. I don't think it will be a 3.5-hour show, and I do think it will swing more heavily towards TS12, not only be less physically exhausting for her, but also just to be more in line with other concerts. And I don't think she's gonna step on the original legacy of the Eras Tour. But could she theoretically evolve it? For example, instead of going out on a world tour, could she incorporate ideas from Loverfest? For example, picking a few major cities around the globe and having a festival for a few days in those areas. It's less physically demanding for her. We all still can try to attend. She doesn't have to travel as much. We get to hear the new material live, as well as some surprise songs and the favorite hits, and we get to keep our concert traditions going. This could also work with another world tour. Remember, we're talking just examples here. You know there's gonna be merch, don't even at me. So like Lady Gaga, who has the Mayhem Ball, the Chromatica Ball, so on and so forth, could the Eras Tour be Taylor Swift's tour branding from now on? Look, it's partially her fault. She made her entire discography relevant at the same time. Then bringing back all these hashtags makes a lot more sense, because she quite literally would own the Eras Tour. We have all talked about the Eras Tour 2.0, whether that's in reference to her just simply adding the Tortured Poets department, or the film, or the documentary, whatever, we all use the term Eras Tour 2.0. From a marketing perspective, all that culture remains intact, and then constantly seeing tour photos would make sense. Again, not saying it needs to be a 3.5-hour show. Instead of trying to figure out how she's gonna go back to a more traditional tour, maybe she won't. Maybe she will just evolve a concept we already know and love. Since we're all permanently scarred from Taylor Swift's merch drops, it got me thinking, what would I actually want from a TS12 merch drop? So I have some ideas. First up, we're gonna have to go with the tried and true t-shirt, or a hoodie, or sweatshirt of some kind. It's safe, it's easy, everybody loves it, and chances are it's gonna be really expensive, so my bank account's gonna be really mad. I obviously need a new cardigan. Again, my bank account doesn't need me to need a new cardigan, but I need a new cardigan, you know what I'm saying? Also, Taylor, just in case you forgot, self-titled, Reputation, and Evermore still don't have a cardigan. So I'm just saying that's a really great way for you to make money, and me to lose it. A jersey. I don't need to explain that one. Stationery. Listen, I don't know anything about this album, what it's about, or what the songs are like, but I need some new stationery. And since this and a pen is basically all we got for the Tortured Poets department, Taylor Nation, this is specifically for you. Because like Harper from Wizards of Waverly Place, I'm very disappointed in you mihas. You can do better, because if we're getting a glitter gel pen album, I better see glitter gel pens on this merch shop. I would accept a new towel. Do I need a new towel? No, but I would accept it. Also, more of this mesh fishnet thing. I didn't buy this, but I did think it was cute. I'm very proud of you for trying new items. Let's keep that up. Look, we already know there's gonna be vinyl variants and CD variants and probably the deluxe edition at 5 a.m. and I'm ready to collect them. Shut up, credit card. No one asked your opinion. Jewelry of any kind is also acceptable. I always need new bling. And I think me and every other Swiftie would agree that we all deserve to be seen when we look our hottest. So new bling is acceptable. Obviously a snow globe. We are gonna need that. And I don't know anything about this album, but I know she can make it holiday. And who doesn't love a good holiday merch drop? I also want that one random item that makes me go, whoa, what is that? Why is that included? I need to have it. What merch items do you want to see from TS12? Let me know in the comments. And if you think of a really good idea, make sure you at Taylor Nation because there's still time for them to take notes. All this talk of August lately, courtesy of Taylor Nation, mostly Taylor Nation, okay, pretty much just Taylor Nation, what are we realistically looking at here? First of all, most obviously, nothing is going to happen until Taylor herself is ready. I mean, whether that's a documentary, a film, or a brand new album, it's not going to happen until she gives the go-ahead, in conjunction with her record label, obviously. Although that has not stopped her in the past. With all these rumors of her filming a music video, her slowly creeping her way back online, however briefly, I would be shocked if absolutely nothing came in the next 4 months. If Taylor goes out in 2025 without releasing any new content, I mean, first of all, good for her, she earned that break. But as we all know, Taylor Nation has been way more active in the month of July than they have been this entire year. And usually, in the business, that means an artist is preparing something. I mean, did y'all notice how Demi Lovato is starting to make her music come back? A few social posts here and there, a few memes, now she's back in the spotlight. Not saying it's good or bad, I'm just using it as a launch example. So if Taylor is preparing to work herself back into the public eye with some sort of new content, this would be how she would start. Meaning, like I've said before, peaks and valleys in activity. They absolutely want our eyes on August. Sure, they do this every year, but the timing of this activity and all of the events that have led into it is what matters. I'm not saying Taylor's going to announce something tomorrow, but Taylor Nation has been a lot more active since around the Speak Now TV anniversary, and they're really playing up the August this year. By the end of August, I will be very surprised if we don't have anything, like a merch drop, a streaming party, an announcement, a first single, or something. Because we're leading into September, and in the business, September is a very hot month to release new music. Sure, people want the song in the summer, but they also want the first song when people go back to school and start talking to their friends. Not that you all aren't right now. Realistically, I think Taylor is gearing up for some type of comeback. Could be a new album, could be a new single, could be the documentary, could be the film, it could be any number of things, including that one thing that we haven't even thought about. Given all of the evidence we have now, she's gearing up for something within the next 4 months. In other words, she's defrosting. Happy August, Swifties, to all those who celebrate. Taylor Nation has officially invited us to go listen to August, and they posted at exactly 12 p.m. Eastern Time. 12. Not 12:01 because it adds up to 13, but 12 exactly. You didn't take your clown makeup off, right? We've been through this. They have really been wanting us to pay attention to August. We've all been theorizing that TS12 might just be on the horizon. So the fact that they waited today until they could post at exactly noon is quite the coincidence. I did find it funny that we did not get a merch drop as of this filming. But maybe we didn't get a merch drop because something else is coming. I will be shocked if by the end of this month, something doesn't happen. Because this is the most active Taylor Nation has been all year. I mean, even in the email for Folklore's anniversary, they put the August lyric video. The song chosen to celebrate 5 years of Folklore was August. Tweeting about August. Happy August, Swifties. Augustine Lore explained. This is way too much of a hey, look here for this not to be something. I'll know I'm going to be with you every step of the way, so hit that follow button and let me know in the comments what you think is happening. And baby, let the games begin. Taylor Nation only tweeted 8 times today for August. As of this filming. If they come back, I stand corrected. Excluding this reply and including the original tweet. 8 times for August. And we know they posted at exactly 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Not to mention the gold leaf graphic they added to the Folklore cover. While we've seen the moving cover from Apple Music, this gold leaf thing is brand new. They started tweeting again at 1:15. 1 plus 15 equals 16. Her 16th album. 12th studio album, 16th album overall. All of these moves are intentional. I'm not saying an announcement is coming August 12th. I think it's more so along the lines of something to do with her 12th studio album in the month of August. These are the kind of Easter eggs Taylor Nation does. Hidden in plain sight. We already always celebrate the month of August, so they can use August to hide things. But they're not going to do the type of Easter eggs that Taylor Swift does, like the 12 eyes in the Master's Letter. To me, they're pointing less towards documentary and more towards a new era. To be fair, that is when Taylor said she would see us next. Tell me your TS thoughts in the comments, follow for more, and I'll keep you updated. Here's a list of the types of songs I want to hear on TS12. First and foremost, I want a disco, dance pop, electropop bop. I have been advocating for Taylor's pop journey since way back in the dark ages, and I will never stop advocating for that. Like, look at pop music right now. We need her. You could also take this a step further for me specifically and collab with Max Martin and or Shellback. 1989 had sky-high choruses. It's time to take it to the stratosphere. I want good football metaphors and puns. You nailed it with the alchemy, and Blondie, I know you can do it again. I mean, End Zone is right there. You hear the pop double entendre, don't you? From one songwriter to another, you get it. An introspective reflection on her master's journey. Listen, this can be the last track, you know, like the ballad at the end of the album. It would be fun to know more of her thoughts on this whole process. An allusion to the Eras Tour. Taylor, we definitely did not get enough comments talking about how the crowd was chanting more for over a year, so now you can give us some new material and make another allusion to the Eras Tour. You know what? I bet it's gonna be really good. Gold. I know you love to write about golden things, so come on. Also accepting this as the album color. A petty bop. It has been a while since we have had a really good petty bop from you, and I'm talking like Picture to Burn. Blank space, I did something bad. I'm not talking something like, thank you, Amy, or talking, go. No. Girl, you bought your master's back. It's time to be petty and immature. You can do it, and I want to hear it. A rock-influenced song, so the Speak Now stands are satisfied in my comments. Listen, Taylor, if I don't include wanting a rock song on this album, I'm gonna get eaten alive by the Speak Now stands again. And while that would be really great engagement for me so that I could earn cash, it is also very exhausting to, like, deal with that all the time. So if you could throw a rock song on this album, that would be great. Number 9, a story-based song, so the Folklore stands are satisfied in my comments. The previous statement, Taylor. An allusion to the Tortured Poets department. Her life has drastically changed as the Tortured Poets department, so I want to hear a sly allusion to it. Lastly, a happy record, because the world sucks. If I wanted to be sad, depressed, angry, or upset about something, I would just open any social media app because chances are the first video is going to make me feel one of those emotions. Or I would just turn on the Tortured Poets department. Either way, I'm currently accepting a happy pop bop, okay? Bye. Clowns get up, TS12 is probably on its way. Taylor Nation just tweeted out thinking about when she said see you next era with the flaming heart emoji. And all of the pictures are of her wearing orange. And on Instagram, they posted 12 pictures of her wearing orange, seemingly confirming what we have all thought in that orange is probably going to be the color for TS12. And the flaming heart emoji is the first emoji we've seen officially attributed to the next era. What did I say about peaks and valleys in activity? What was that some of y'all said about Taylor Nation never Easter egging? Don't fight me. Do not fight me. I am so excited. We are basically on orange alert for TS12 now. Between her Grammys outfit and the earrings, the 12 eyes in her master's letter, them drawing our attention to August, Taylor reportedly filming a music video in LA, this is absolutely huge. And once again, it's all tour footage. And because I am petty, just like Taylor Swift. In my other videos, nothing had to come as soon as it was over. We just had a peak in activity, so we're probably gonna go down for a little bit. Then also, as I'm filming this, New Heights posted in orange that they have a new guest coming on Wednesday. Do with that what you will. Here's what you missed on the journey to TS12. Taylor took the stage at Paris Night 1 of the Eras Tour in the orange tangerine bodysuit for Lover. Now that's new. Taylor doesn't have an album with orange. Why would she do that? Then in her Instagram goodbye post to Paris, she posted this picture during I Can Do It With Broken Heart, seemingly making a 12. She posted it on May 12th. Then in September, while on break from the Eras Tour, Taylor is seen out and about wearing a necklace that says 12. Some people say that this is a TS upside down, and you know what? It's okay to be wrong and ugly. Taylor returned to the Eras Tour by posting a video of her literally walking to a 12. Oh, sweet Miami, you were chaotic for so many reasons. As the Eras Tour was coming to an end, Taylor then released the Eras Tour book, where she signed off the letter with "See You Next Era." Oh, and let's not forget the I Can Do It With a Broken Heart music video, where there is a scene where they are all standing in front of the signs that says A12 to A16. TS12 would be her 16th overall album. That's probably not an Easter egg, right? Right? Taylor Nation wished everyone a Happy New Year on January 2nd. 1, 2. Remember, Taylor's an American artist, so we have to use the American date format, sorry. Taylor appeared at the 2025 Grammys looking fine as ever, not just wearing a T on her upper thigh, but also wearing cool earrings that had 12 gems. Taylor took the stage wearing fire red, walking out to So High School, not Fortnite, not I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, none of the singles from the Torture Poets department, present Queen Beyonce with Best Country Album. Women supporting women, we love to see it. Taylor then appeared at the iHeartRadio Music Awards wearing... Wait a minute. Hey, that looks kind of familiar. Probably just a coincidence. Then for the anniversary of Fearless Taylor's version, Taylor Nation said the Fearless cardigan was finally coming. At 12. Then at the end of May, it was revealed that Taylor had finally bought back her first 6 albums, revealed an emotional letter on her website, putting 12 eyes in the words "this close." This close. Which is also very interesting because she put 12 Ds in her caption when celebrating Selena Gomez's latest release. On July 18th, Taylor Nation let us know that the Eras Tour archive had finally been updated, now that Taylor owned all of her masters again. And then said, hey, let's all go to stationhead and start streaming all of those albums, starting with self-titled. This sparked a whole conversation about a count up and a count down, because the first album was streaming at 1 p.m., second album at 2 p.m., third album at 3 p.m., so on and so forth, all the way through Reputation at 6 p.m. And it was time to celebrate 5 years of folklore, where we all got an email containing the August lyric video. And then Travis Kelce on his Instagram finally posts about Taylor Swift, looking all happy and cute 12 times. 12 photos. Then Taylor herself returns to Instagram to promote Happy Gilmore 2, which Travis Kelce just happens to be in, posting exactly at 2:46 Eastern Time. 2 + 4 + 6 is 12. Rumors began to fly that Taylor was filming a music video in LA, with multiple sources starting to confirm. And Taylor Nation was once again like, hey, it's almost time to get lost in the memories, August. Don't forget that 5 Years of Folklore post was posted at 10:02 a.m. 10 + 2 is 12. After taking a week off, Taylor Nation was like, thinking about when she said see you next era, posting at 9:12 a.m., featuring the fire heart emoji associated with the new era for the very first time. And hey, it's all the time she wore orange at the Eras Tour. And on Instagram, they posted 12 photos exactly. Side note, but Tabrina collab incoming? At the same time, New Heights announced that they have a special guest coming on Wednesday, which just so happens to be the 13th, Taylor Swift's lucky number. And oh, it looks like Jason is wearing Eras Tour merch, and Travis might be wearing a 1989 hoodie. And that silhouette kind of looks like, But this all probably means nothing, because Taylor Nation never Easter eggs, and Taylor has not been Easter egging TS12. Am I right? That's basically what you missed on the journey to TS12. I will see you in the next one, so make sure you're following. Clowns, it looks like we're getting a TS12 announcement tonight at 12:12 Eastern Standard Time. Her merch shop just changed to this countdown, expiring at August 12th at 12:12 a.m. Eastern Time. With the same glitter orange background we saw in the New Heights thumbnail. Y'all, it's happening. It's happening. In a matter of hours, we could have the title to TS12. Potentially even the cover art. And since her merch shop went down, you know there's gonna be a pre-order link. I'm so excited. It's really happening. Like, this is not a drill. Get up. We clowned correctly. It's giving modern. It's giving fun. I like the font. It reminds me of the Red era. Today has been one wild day. Starting off with this tweet, and obviously, like I said, the New Heights post. So many 12s. She was not kidding when she said, I'll see you next era. Not a re-record, and it's orange. It's orange. What are you thinking? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments, and make sure you're following too, because I'm going to be with you every step of the way. You guys, TS12, it's happening. New Heights has officially confirmed that Taylor Swift is the guest on Wednesday's episode. And Taylor Nation returned to Twitter after dropping a bombshell and being gone all day to repost the announcement. In the clip, Taylor compliments Travis's shirt, and he says it's the same color as her eyes, blue. And y'all, can we just take a moment to appreciate that Taylor Swift is using her boyfriend to announce her next record? Like, that is brilliant to keep the secret in your tight circle without inviting anybody else new. As of this filming, we have just under 2 hours until this countdown on her merch shop ends. And I know we have a meme about it being a merch drop, but August 12th at 12:12 a.m. is way too many 12s for this not to be 12th studio album. You know what I'm saying? Also, I just love that Taylor Swift is going to be on a podcast. I mean, in all the ways we have theorized about an album announcement, did anybody pick podcast? Obviously, I could be wrong, but I think this countdown will end, and then Taylor will probably post about the album announcement, and then we'll be able to pre-order it, and then on Wednesday, she'll probably talk about it, among other things. Follow for more updates, and let me know in the comments what you think the album title is going to be, and I'll keep you posted. Tag your friends and share this video, because TS12, The Life of a Showgirl, is here. We are in her 12th era, baby. And peep the orange and green, and a brand new clip of her on New Heights just dropped.
I want to show you something.
Okay, what do we got?
We got,
Briefcase,
yep,
mint green, TS
Yep.
on it.
Green, orange.
yep.
What's in it?
This is my brand new album, The Life of a Showgirl.
TS.
We are here, baby, and we don't even have the release date or the album artwork. Right now on her website, there is a vinyl, a cassette, and a CD with a poster. You know I grabbed all of that immediately because I have no self-control. In the product description, it says these items will ship before October 13th, but no, that is not the official release date. The vinyl will be Portofino orange, aka translucent orange with gold glitter. Portofino gonna be a word on this album somewhere? Taylor's profile picture has switched to the orange and green lock, and I peeped some green in that background. Orange and green, aka the missing outfits from the Eras tour. Yes, class, she does Easter egg that far in advance. I am screaming, crying, throwing up. Follow, tag your friends, share this video. Let's go! 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my God. Wait, what? Nothing happened. Have they not just pushed it live? Did Taylor tweet something? The Life of a Showgirl? The Life of a Showgirl. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Hold on. Yes. Add to cart immediately. Sure, add to cart, whatever, immediately. Add to cart immediately. Album artwork available later. Check out. Oh my God, 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 oh my God. We have absolutely nothing except orange. I love it. I love it. Taylor Swift, The Life of a Showgirl. Taylor's profile picture is locked. What? Oh my God! The Life of a Showgirl gonna be produced by Max Martin and Shellback. Last night on Spotify, a brand new playlist appeared on Taylor Swift's profile called And Baby That's Show Business For You, featuring 22 songs that are all collaborations between Taylor, Max Martin, and Shellback. And they are the original recordings because on the Taylor's version, Max Martin is not present. Remember how some of y'all said that she and Max Martin had a falling out and then she shouted him out at her Stockholm concert? I do. I remember that. So is this an Easter egg letting us know that Max Martin and Shellback are back in collaboration with Taylor Swift? It looks likely. And if it's true, I'm gonna be so insufferable. Because if TS12 really is happy glitter gel pen pop, I'm going to hit play, hear one note, and be like, this is the best song I've ever heard in my entire life. It will be my entire personality, you've been warned. And I've been warning you since way back in the dark ages. Also, in the comments, when you type things like TS12 or The Life of a Showgirl, you will see orange confetti explode. So let's see that in the comments. Need I remind you that Max, Taylor, and Shellback have written several of Taylor's most iconic hits, including her very first #1 single, We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together, and the effervescent Shake It Off. Look, let's just be real for a second. The Swedes know how to write pop music better than everyone else. No, sir, you will never catch me hating 3 of the most powerful songwriters being in the same room creating magic together. Also, the title of this playlist, and Baby That Show Business for You, screams lyric. Let me know your thoughts immediately in the comments with the TS12 glitter. Go Google Taylor Swift right now. When you do, orange confetti will appear, as well as the flaming heart, and the lyric and Baby That Show Business for You will appear. Also, in the bottom right corner, you can press the flaming heart emoji and give it a whole bunch of likes. And this is funny because if you remember at the show in Argentina, there was orange confetti found during Karma. At the time, we did not have orange associated with any album. And now we have a whole bunch of orange confetti and glitter, which we are seeing everywhere now. It's giving sparkles, it's giving happy. Do you guys think this is going to be anything like the 1989 Taylor's version vault puzzles? Sorry, not to bring up trauma from the 300 million puzzles we had to solve. But this is so fun. And the fact that we're seeing this tagline and Baby That Show Business for You means it's probably going to be in the title track if there is one, or it could be the tagline in the first single. But it's clearly an important lyric to the album. How high do you think we can go? Do you think they're waiting for like 12 million? At the time of this filming, there's over 600,000 likes already on the flaming heart emoji. This is giving very much celebration and fun. In case you missed it, on TikTok, you can write TS12 or The Life of a Showgirl into the comments and you can get orange confetti as well. Let's see flaming hearts and confetti in the comments and tell me all of your thoughts immediately. Last, now that we are finally in agreement that Taylor Swift does in fact Easter egg multiple projects at the same time, sometimes several years in advance, the Torture Poets Department, The Life of a Showgirl, Orange Lights on the tour for August, A12, 224 on the clock, and announcing her 12th studio album on the 224th day of the year, just to name a few, because this is literally part of the Taylor Swift brand. If you think that Taylor Swift does not already have set in motion a plan for her 13th studio album because she is the queen of foreshadowing, you are sorely mistaken. And throughout this era, as it continues, when we start to find Easter eggs for said album, I don't want to hear anything about the crowd chanting more. I don't want to hear anything about people saying we don't let her rest. And I better not see any comments about how people are not enjoying the current era that we're in. Because this is what Taylor Swift does. It is what she has done for most of her career. That's why we look for her Easter eggs. So obviously we're gonna enjoy TS12 right now, but as it continues and we start to see little things that are a bit different, that might be foreshadowing something in the future for her mega 13th album, there will be no fighting in the comments, okay? Thank you, class dismissed. Sounds get up, Taylor's merch shop just changed. And look what it is, the orange door, which you might remember from the Eras tour, when it would drop down during Karma in the finale. This countdown is going to expire August 13th at 7 p.m. tonight, in about 5 hours from this filming, which is exactly when the New Heights episode airs. We know from the preview that Taylor is probably going to reveal her album artwork, and the reveal yesterday was qualified as a pre-launch, meaning this door is finally going to take us into TS12 with the artwork. I am guessing we are going to get some type of merch drop. Could this be a full-fledged merch drop? Probably not just yet. It's still a little too early, but anything is possible with Taylor, as we've learned. This is why she's a mastermind. We've been clowning about this store for how long now? And there it is on her website, directly pulling our attention to it. And there she was on the Eras tour, every show, performing in front of it. And as you can tell, it is the same door. There's the little circle in the middle, and there's the little circle in the middle. This is absolutely the same door. I am so hyped. What do you think is going to be on the other side of the door? Wink, wink. Follow for more updates. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Taylor Swift dropped a brand new single this week. Right now, it seems likely. Mark my words, if she does, we will see records broken like we have never seen them before. Because this is her first release post-Eras tour. Her last music release was on the Eras tour. And we all know how big our fandom grew through the international leg. And the Life of a Showgirl announcement on Instagram is now the most viewed video ever for a single day on any social platform with over 167 million views. If that's any indication, plus the new Karma Door countdown on her website, ending at 7 p.m., at the same time as the New Heights podcast is released, when billboards are appearing in Kansas City, music platforms are starting to get involved with Orange Glitter, she drops a single tonight, this will be the very first time we truly see the size and scope of her fan base. New music typically comes out at midnight on Fridays. We know she's going to reveal the album artwork at least on the podcast. So could she also announce that a brand new single and potentially a music video is coming that same week, less than 24 hours later, as we finally step through the orange Karma door? Oh, absolutely. I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen, but look at how intense this week has been. This is a lot for just an announcement. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Rock has appeared on Taylor's merch shop, not just one, but now 2. Oh God, the twos are twoing. And if you look closely, the keyhole is the Eras Tour stage. And you know what it matches? These little albums in the background of the New Heights podcast. Here's orange, there's white and or silver, red, and bluish purple. It's giving variance, which I told you for over a year there would be, so no complaints. The Karma door is also coming down like it did on the Eras Tour. This is insane. This cannot be just for an album announcement. Y'all, I'm really starting to think that something else is going on here. Because now we have two things to unlock. If we had the pre-order, could we be getting all of the variants at the same time? Do you think each variant would have its own special bonus track? Will we see a purple and a white lock here soon? There's only under 3 hours as of this filming left, and I imagine this is gonna keep getting crazy. Make sure you are following for more updates. I'm gonna do my best to keep you updated as fast as I can, but y'all, I think this is leading up to something way more than just an album artwork drop. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments. 2 more locks have appeared on Taylor Swift's merch shop. We now have the blue, purple, and the silver white, which as a reminder does match all of the TS boxes hidden behind Taylor in the New Heights podcast. The orange Karma door has now landed at the bottom, so all 4 locks surround the Karma door now. Y'all, what the hell is going on? Is it variants? Is it a multi-project? Does orange represent the life of a showgirl? Red is something else? Maybe blue represents the documentary? And white could be the second Eras Tour film that includes the Tortured Poets department that they filmed in Vancouver? Absolutely anything is possible right now. I've seen the theories about karma. We have just under an hour before the New Heights podcast airs on YouTube, so make sure you don't miss it. New Heights podcasts are usually about an hour long, but we still don't know how long this one is going to be because it's a special episode. I hope YouTube is prepared not to break. The longer this goes, the more I feel that this is much more than just a simple album artwork announcement. This could very well just be variants, but honestly, I think anything is possible right now. Tag your friends because we don't want them to miss this. I'll keep you updated as fast as I possibly can. What do you think is on the other side of the door? Let me know in the comments. We officially have the cover art for The Life of a Showgirl, and y'all, it's spicy. Here is the official cover art. I absolutely love it. The website updated with 4 deluxe CDs, similar to the 1989 Taylor's version deluxe CDs. First up, we have Sweat and Vanilla Perfume. It's Frightening, It's Rapturous, and the It's Beautiful edition. There will be 12 tracks on this album. Each deluxe version comes with an 8-page booklet, 3 double-sided photo cards, which makes the K-pop fan in me very happy, a special bracelet, the CD itself, and they all come in these boxes, which were teased in the clips of the New Heights podcast, which I am about to go watch, so give me a minute before I make a video on that. I am so obsessed with this. The plastic or glass, her outfit is hot. Some of the photos that we can see are pretty spicy. And I, for one, am absolutely living for it. Because remember, she's not hot anymore. All of these are available for only a limited time. Then again, if the Tortured Poets department in 1989 TV were any indication, limited time means they might come back later. I don't know if these are available for international yet. How hyped are you? Let me know in the comments. This is about to be Taylor Swift's best record. Not only is it produced by Max Martin, Shellback, and Taylor herself, the track list, The Fate of Ophelia, Elizabeth Taylor, Opalite, Father Figure, Eldest Daughter, Ruin the Friendship, Actually Romantic, Wish List, Wood, Cancelled, Honey, The Life of a Showgirl featuring Sabrina Carpenter. Look at these photos. I am obsessed. I don't want to show all this photo because I don't want to get banned on TikTok. This entire album is going to be my entire personality. We have Pop Taylor back. Not only Pop Taylor, but we have Spicy Taylor. I am in fact ready for it. I am actually. Taylor is about to deliver the thing I have been campaigning for a trillion years. Tabrina collab on the title track. There are only 12 songs, but you know there's probably going to be bonus tracks on some variant in the future. And on her Instagram, Taylor did confirm that the release date is October 3rd. Y'all, we got another October release. And again, we see the tagline, and baby, that's show business for you. As of this filming, I have not watched New Heights, but I'm gonna go soon. There's a lot going on at the moment. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment and which track you're claiming immediately. Taylor Swift went on New Heights to talk about the life of a showgirl, and she revealed a lot. First and foremost, there will only be 12 songs in this album. There is no 13th, there will be no vault songs, it is 12 and 12 only. She also confirmed that her going through the door at the end of Karma was in fact an Easter egg, to symbolize exiting the Eras era and going into a brand new one. She said she wrote The Life of a Showgirl while on tour in Europe, and it is exclusively recorded with Max Martin and Shellback only. No Jack Antonoff, no other collaborations. And Travis, who has heard the entire record, has confirmed that it is a dance pop record. It is nothing but bops and bangers, and we're gonna wanna dance, which means I'm winning. Taylor also described the record as a combination of folklore stories plus infectious melodies. Means you folklore and Evermore people can win too. Travis also sneakily said that Cancelled specifically is definitely a banger. The cover art for the deluxe CDs was also shown, and they're really good, especially this one. Taylor also said that the record is very focused. She pulled out all of the stops. It is very happy and joyful. It is purely about what her life felt like behind the scenes on the Eras tour. Not about what happened on the stage while she was out looking at all of us and under the lights. It's about everything she was going through off the stage. It's a total 180 from the Tortured Poets department. She talked about how the same people who did the photo shoot for Reputation also did the photo shoot for The Life of a Showgirl, and I'm absolutely in love with it already. The entire record was recorded in Stockholm, Sweden, right after Taylor invited Max Martin to her show. And Taylor said she told Max that she wanted to be as proud of this album as she is of the Eras tour. And he was like, girl, do you know how much pressure that is? Taylor also said that these are some of the best ideas they've ever had. He said, I know I'm setting the bar really high, but I wouldn't say that if I didn't really believe in it. She also talked about how on the Tortured Poets department, her goals were very lyrical. She wanted it to be a full catharsis. But this album is a complete pivot, and it matches how she felt during that part of the tour. Taylor also told Travis and Jason that the cover art reflects how she would feel at the end of the night. Maybe not so bedazzled and stuff, but definitely relaxing in a bathtub. I cannot wait to hear this record. It is going to be my entire personality. I'm going to be so annoying. You have been warned. I am a pop girly, and I am about to get my way. Max Martin is literally one of my biggest idols. I have absolutely loved Max, Shellback, and Taylor, and I've been waiting years for them to collab again. What are your favorite from New Heights? Why is this the hottest album cover she's ever made? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thing about the orange now with the Eras tour, she's not even being subtle about it. We're on to you, Blondie. Orange means something. When you listen to all three lyrics together, you realize that she's not saying, I hate my fan base, I hate people wanting things from me, I hate my position in the world. It reveals the true message of the song, which is a flex on how resilient she is in spite of everything. Like, I'm thinking we might be able to use the orange heart finally. So the glitter? Yeah, that gives me lover vibes, and I'm fine with it. Listen, Taylor, you are wealthy, booked, busy, and in a happy relationship, so I beg, a pop R&B album, please. You know what? Why not throw in a good dance track on occasion there, too? Let's go back to 1989. Instead of writing about anxiety, let's write about love and happiness. Or give me a Reputation-style love song. I mean, Ready For It is a happy song, but it's designed like a bad bitch anthem. We can have some of that as well. So I love you and Jack Antonoff together, and girly, I get it. He's like your number one pick. But I very selfishly need you to get on a plane to Sweden and go work with Max Martin.
We got this orange vinyl
it's orange.
here. Yeah, it is. And sparkly.
Entering a new
Look how
era.
sparkly. This album is about what was going on behind the scenes in my inner life during this tour, which was so exuberant and electric and vibrant. And, you know, one of the things about this record is like, it's a record I made with my mentor, Max Martin, and Shellback. And the three of us have made some of my favorite songs that I've ever done, where it's just the three of us. There's no other collaborators. It's just the three of us making a focused album where, I mean, it felt like catching lightning in a bottle, honestly.
But the crowd was chanting more, right? Here's what you missed in Taylor Swift's interview on New Heights. Firstly, Jason Kelce gave the best introduction that Taylor Swift has ever received in her life. She said, thank you for screaming for 47 seconds. She actually said 47 a couple times during this interview. Later, she also randomly mentioned like 16 months. Those are just random numbers and probably not important, right? Taylor talked a lot about her relationship with Travis and how he didn't even try to reach out to her management to try and date her because she's not an online person and she will not open her DMs. But since she has written several songs about wanting this since she was like a teenager, she gave him a chance. This was the most relaxed we've ever seen Taylor in an interview. She got personal, she got deep. There really wasn't that sense of PR self-protection. She talked about getting her masters back, fully explaining the difference between a master recording and publishing, how she was able to decide where her songs get placed. She revealed that she sent her mom and her brother to go meet with Shamrock Holdings to explain the humanity of it all as to why she wanted to own her work. After the Super Bowl, her mom called her and let her know that she got her music back, which she then proceeded to collapse on the floor and then cry into Travis's arms. Completely understandable. She also mentioned that she called Phoebe Bridgers very soon afterward. She talked about how she paid for most of her music videos. Every artist has their own priorities, every record contract is different, but in her re-recording contract, there was no re-recording clause, because back in 2005, 2006, who would be wild enough to re-record their own music? I bet I know. She also revealed that her live band on the Eras Tour are the same exact musicians who played on all of the re-records, which is why they sound so good. She said that fans are free to listen to whichever version they want, but she herself prefers the newer versions because she thinks her vocals are better. She mentioned that her favorite re-recording and favorite album in the past is Red, All Too Well 10-minute version being her favorite song. She's always had a special place in her heart for Fearless in 1989, but she has no complicated feelings about Red, and she wouldn't change a thing except adding the original verses to All Too Well, which she eventually did. Taylor also talked extensively about the Eras Tour, how there was a lot of discomfort, how she had to go through a lot of physical therapy. She got the stomach flu at the beginning of the show, she had many aches and pains, but she had big lofty goals, including elements of theater, ballet, and opera, and how something new should be happening every 15 to 30 seconds to be as exciting as if you are scrolling on the internet. She said when she heard reports that people were experiencing amnesia after the show because it was so fun, she said, "We accomplished our goals." She talked extensively about her sourdough addiction, how lately she has been enjoying getting back into her hobbies and finding new ones, including sewing, painting, cooking, baking. She and Travis fought about what defines an athlete and how she does not view herself as an athlete, and he was like, yeah, okay. And sorry, Taylor, I am gonna have to agree with your boyfriend on this one. Honey, your own boyfriend is one of the best at what he does, and he even said he couldn't do what you did. I'm gonna have to agree with Travis on this one. You are an athlete. She also talked about her Easter eggs and how they will never point back to her personal life, but instead they will always point back to her music. Sometimes it will point towards something in the past, and other times it will be towards something in the future. For example, she did confirm that the Karma Door was in fact an Easter egg. She said one of her favorite Easter eggs was doing her doctorate speech before midnights. She said the thing about her Easter eggs is that if you want to consume music like a normal person, you don't have to see any of this. If you want to look at that random hidden light that's sort of in the background that's a little bit different, you can find it. He heavily stressed how much she loved numerology. Okay, so maybe the 47 and the 16 months thing may be an Easter egg. TS13, she said she loves math, she loves dates, hidden in plain sight, all those types of Easter eggs she loves to do. Like girly pop, we know. Well, some of us do. Also talked about her dad's quintuple bypass surgery, what it was like taking care of him through all of that, how he's doing really well and he's very resilient. Her mother Andrea got an upgrade and got a brand new knee. She said it was basically the summer of parental upgrades, and how it was also like child-parent role reversal, but both of them are doing very well. She talked about criticism of herself, and she said, "I've been in the industry for like 20 years, it's really hard to hurt my feelings." She's big on constructive criticism, but then she dropped this absolute banger of a quote: "You need to think of your energy as expensive. Not everyone can afford it." Not gonna lie, I had to pause the video at that point, because girly pop, that is the vibe we're gonna take through this era. Lyrics? She talked about how she's detached from the internet in a huge way. She has not had her Instagram comments on for over 10 years and she does not miss it. But she does have her ways of knowing what her fans want and how to entertain us. So she's aware. And of course, she talked about her 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl, revealing the hottest artwork she's ever dropped. She revealed the track list, which Travis Kelce was very helpful in confirming that all of these songs are a bop. We will be dancing from start to finish. It is 100% a pop record that she wrote and recorded and produced with Max Martin and Shellback only. Travis was very quick to highlight Cancelled as a bop. She recorded the album entirely in Stockholm, Sweden, and it was recorded during the entirety of the European leg of the tour. And she told Max Martin that she wanted to be as proud of this record as she is proud of the Eras Tour. There are only 12 songs. There will be no bonus tracks. Which, by the way, there is a current boycott of a certain store here in the US that usually has a partnership with record labels as to why they always get a bonus track. And if there are no additional songs for the album, she doesn't need to officially send her fans there. Just saying. During this time, Taylor Nation also revealed the alternative cover art for the deluxe CDs, including this one, which sold out very quickly. And yes, I'm gonna leave my hat right where it is. Taylor said that this album is a collection of the best ideas that she, Max, and Shellback have ever done. It is infectiously joyful, wild, folklore stories plus effervescent bangers. She also revealed it will be out October 3rd. Cue the Mean Girls memes immediately. There is a song called Opalite, and she made sure to highlight opals as October's birthstone, and Travis got all happy and said it's gonna be a good week. It will be a complete 180 from the Tortured Poets department and reflects everything that was going on in her life behind the scenes on tour. We also broke YouTube, so the last 15 minutes or so got cut off. We broke another social media platform. Another one, thank you. She said she loved making pop music and Pop-Tarts. No context will be given for that. She complimented Bad Bunny and Happy Gilmore too. She joked about the cleaning cart, trying to keep fans surprised that their first impression of the tour was the lover motif, but obviously we clocked that very quickly. At the very end, she talked about being grateful for her ability to create. She never wants to allow herself to feel like she's arrived, because the higher she's climbed in her career, the more creative control she's gained, and that she loves creating. Yeah, so she's definitely gonna stop recording music soon. And that's basically what you missed for Taylor Swift's interview on New Heights. I will see you in the next one. Nation, what is this tweet about? We can't find the key, lost it in Vancouver, while giving us the picture of the lock with the stage. Okay, I understand that Taylor Swift has made it very clear that The Life of a Showgirl is about everything that happened behind the scenes on the Eras tour, but they are like obsessively connecting the tour to this album. Sure, it didn't have a set, but clearly it was included. Like, this basically all started with them updating the Eras Tour archive, which I think we can all agree basically marked the end of the Tortured Poets Department era, posting basically only tour photos during the Stationhead listening parties. The hashtags era name TS the Eras Tour, the orange Karma door. Again, making sure that we know that the keyhole in the lock is the stage. At this point, I'm starting to think, do we need to look at the stage a little differently because did we miss something? And on the New Heights podcast, Taylor made it very, very clear that this album is intrinsically linked to the Eras Tour. And we all know they filmed the last 3 shows in Vancouver. I know for a fact because I was there. And now they're bringing that up again? Where is the footage, Taylor? Even in the Eras Tour book, the word behind the scenes is in orange, letting us know that The Life of a Showgirl would be about behind the scenes of the Eras Tour. So is there more to this album rollout than meets the eye? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Would we still be getting an Eras Tour documentary? I honestly think it's still on the table, because Taylor Nation and Taylor Swift are making it very clear that The Life of a Showgirl is intrinsically tied to the Eras Tour. Hear me out. We had Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour film, right? Is it really hard to think that we could get something like Taylor Swift, The Life of a Showgirl, the film, for a documentary that is about behind the scenes of the Eras Tour, which we all want, that already has a soundtrack for an album that is about behind the scenes of the Eras Tour? Sure, if you watch the New Heights podcast, she said no more music is coming. But what if something else is? It's not like we've been quiet about wanting an Eras Tour documentary. We're not over the Eras Tour. And she talked about the Eras Tour a lot on this podcast. It wasn't just like a subject they talked about and then moved on. They circled back to it a lot. For an album that was created on the Eras Tour and didn't have a set, the Eras Tour is literally a part of the branding of this record and its promotions. Not to mention this very suspicious tweet from Taylor Nation saying we can't find the key, lost it in Vancouver, where we know they filmed the last 3 shows. Sure, maybe we won't get any bonus tracks for The Life of a Showgirl, but it's absolutely possible that a documentary still could be coming, because that would be easy branding. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm just gonna say it, this is the hottest photo shoot Taylor Swift has ever done. You've gotta be kidding me. I can't even fully show this version's cover art because videos keep getting flagged for schmudity. And I know y'all are thinking the same too because this was the first CD that sold out. And you'll never convince me that if Travis could, he would put this as his phone wallpaper, as I'm sure part of the internet already has. I mean, bestie, look at this. We can't even see the full photo when it's hot. I am in no way attracted to this woman because but also we can appreciate art when we see it, right? I mean, this photo is so hot, she had to make sure we saw her mouth twice. And don't even get me started on the official cover art. Objectively, there is literally nothing wrong with this image. I'm just gonna be real with you. You haven't even seen the full photo shoot. What else is she hiding? Those shoes really say, I will step on you and you will thank me. And girl, how does she make this schmexy? How's she do that? Is it the bob? I have to know. I just feel in my bones that this album is going to hit like we have never heard her hit before. Anyone who thinks Taylor Swift is not hot at this point should probably be thrown in jail. That's why is it when you see Pinocchio in the background of a Taylor Swift video, you think liar and not lyric. Hello, Taylor loves to hide illusions in the background. And why are you assuming the thing that she's lying about is the thing she's stressing heavily, that there's only 12 songs on the album? Honestly, Pinocchio over here is probably a lyric allusion to something on the album. The album is called The Life of a Showgirl. Pleasure Island. Hello? Class, while I am at it, the title of these deluxe CDs are probably lyrics. So far we have And Baby, That's Show Business for You. Sweat and Vanilla Perfume. It's frightening. It's rapturous. It's beautiful. You're gonna look at me and tell me that that is not describing the life of a showgirl in a lyric form? Violet is in quotations because it's probably a lyric reference. Wanna know how I know this? Look at 1989. Sunrise Boulevard, Aquamarine, Rose Garden, Crystal Skies, all lyrics on 1989 Taylor's version. Be so for real, class. What are you doing? And another thing. Y'all are obsessing about this orange rectangle on the back cover. Oh, look, it's fire. She's hiding something. No! It's this section of the back cover flipped. It's totally the aesthetic of the record. There's her face. There's her face again. There's her tummy. There's her tummy again. There's her finger. And there's her fingers flipped. Her working that bob and the eye. And did you notice that this is Violet? Class, look at her mouth. And there's her mouth again. It's to symbolize glass and reflections. And the glitter is added because of the glitz and glam of a showgirl. I don't know if you've noticed, they've played up the orange glitter. I feel like this right now. She's not being a liar. She's probably making allusions to the content of the record. I'll go stand in the corner and think about what you did. Taylor Swift be performing at the Super Bowl halftime show in 2026? Now, a lot of fans seem to think so. In case you're unaware, although I don't know how you would be because that's literally all anyone is talking about, when Taylor Swift was on New Heights, she mentioned things like 47, 60%, making a lot of sourdough. 47 is significant because the 47th show of the Eras Tour was at Levi's Stadium, where the Super Bowl is set to be held. This Super Bowl would also be the 60th. And the mascot for the 49ers is Sourdough Sam. And Travis Kelce has gotten 2 Super Bowl wins against the San Francisco 49ers. So a lot of fans are starting to think that Taylor was hinting at a Super Bowl performance. And as my girl JoJo has pointed out several times, Kansas City and the NFL have warmly embraced Taylor because unlike male sports fans, the NFL actually understands that Taylor brings in money. And if Taylor performs as a Super Bowl halftime show, not only will fragile male sports fans be shattered into a million pieces, but the NFL would see ratings unlike anything we've ever seen before from people around the globe. And she could be there supporting her boyfriend like I'm sure other girlfriends do. Personally, I don't think it's off the table, but we probably won't know for a little bit. What do you think though? Does all of this track for you? Do you think Taylor would finally bring out Kendrick Lamar so they could perform Bad Blood? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments. It's recently come to my attention that some of you are asking if Taylor Swift is ever going to stop making music, and it's really very simple. I broke it down for you. Okay, so Queen TS, you are asking if she is ever going to stop making music, right? And there's really only 2 answers to that. Either yes, she will, or no, she won't. And the first thing we need to ask ourselves in order to answer this question is, does she have to? Does she have to? I don't know if you know this, but women and Queen TS, who is a woman, is capable of making multiple projects at the same time. Multiple projects at the same time. For example, Queen TS made The Life of a Showgirl and the Tortured Poets Department right after releasing Midnights for the Eras Tour. She made 2 albums on the Eras Tour right after releasing another one. And she was dating Travis Kelce all at the same time. Did you know that? Did you know that? Because Queen TS and women are capable of multiple projects at the same time. So why are we putting limits on what Queen TS can do? Why? When she makes multiple projects at the same time, it will be on the test, don't forget. And if she decided to stop making music, that is her choice. She can make that choice. But she may not, because remember, she doesn't have to. She doesn't have to. She could do multiple projects at the same time. Family, career, doesn't matter. May out 7 albums, who knows, right? Because she has choices. And why? Because fun is okay. It is okay to have fun and enjoy things. Queen TS does not have to stop, but she can choose to if she wants to. There is no limit because she is capable of multiple projects at the same time. Fun is okay. I hope this helps. As I was looking through my footage from the Eras Tour finale, and guess what section my seat was in? For a ticket that was gifted to me by my mother and bought by her many, many months prior. Eras Tour. I can't believe I'm finding that. This is so crazy. This is just amazing. Maybe I am Taylor Nation. This is my ticket info. Section A12, row 16, seats 1 and 2. I went with my brother. My bank account doesn't say I'm Taylor Nation. My paycheck doesn't say I'm Taylor Nation. I wish I was lying. Is this Tay Voodoo? It feels like Tay Voodoo. Well, get me a willow balloon and a cape, because I'm never beating the witch allegations. Love her or hate her, Taylor Swift is in fact the people's pop star. And the Life of a Showgirl era is the first time I've seen her know it. Taylor Swift has always been a confident artist. And this video is most certainly not shade to any other album or era, nor is it shade to the Eras Tour. Rule number 1 of being a Swiftie, there is no vocabulary in any language that can speak ill of the Eras Tour. But not only is Taylor Swift confident this era, she's incredibly relaxed. I know we're all excited for theories and Easter eggs and what's coming down the line, but this podcast is much more than Easter eggs and theories. This is the first time we've ever seen Taylor really fully relaxed in an interview before. That PR media training guard that she usually has in interviews like on late night TV was just not there. It was basically a FaceTime between her, Travis, and Jason, and millions of people on the side watching and cheering. I know that there are people who think she is the most overrated artist of all time. But look at how celebratory the era is already. Sure, it matches the album's aesthetic. But like, look at the way she's owning her artwork. Sure, she looks hot, but like, it's in her eyes. Taylor is not playing around this era. She went to two of the biggest pop songwriters of all time, one of them having over 20 #1 hits. Not just for a part of the record, not just for some of the record, but the whole damn thing. Because she knew this would be us and we were desperate for Tay happiness. Love her or hate her, look at how the world stopped because she announced a record. Absolutely zero shade to any other artist. In this corner, we are artists supporting artists. Do not twist my words. But name me another pop star that stops the world, crosses generational lines to make people pay attention. Sure, some brands want in on the trend, but the world moves mountains just to get a glimpse of her. And when you have that kind of power, you don't need to do anything, except be extra cautious in ways that might upset some people because they can't seem to grasp just how large your fan base is and the amount of danger that puts you in. But it also gives you the freedom to make some sourdough. I love seeing her this happy and relaxed. And I would say the same for any other artist who has been what she's been through. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that this album is about to break a lot of records. Taylor Swift was the music industry before the Eras Tour. Now, she is the people's pop star. She is in the hearts and minds of everyone across the globe. Taylor Swift is not just the music industry. She runs it. She is the people's pop star who has sent 7 Seconds of Static to #1 before. Dominated the entire top 10 of the Billboard Hot 100. In the world's biggest music market, by the way. I don't need to hear The Life of a Showgirl yet to know that this era is gonna be fun. Here's what you missed on the journey to TS12 week 1. Taylor Nation tweeted out thinking about when she said "see you next era" with pictures of her all wearing orange. And on Instagram, there were 12 photos, no music, and for the first time using the fire heart emoji referring to the next era. And then New Heights with Jason and Travis Kelce said that they were coming back for their podcast a little bit early with a very special guest using an orange glitter background. Now who could that be? Then a mysterious countdown appeared on her merch shop that would expire at August 12th at 12:12 a.m. Hey, that orange glitter looks familiar. Now I know where I've seen that. Soon after, fans realized that the background to her master's letter had also changed, and a brand new logo was spotted when searching her name. Then while the countdown was going on, New Heights revealed that it was Taylor who was going to be the guest. I wonder why. Eagle-eyed Swifties also started to notice little things in the background of this clip, immediately activated to be on their Easter egg grind. When her merch shop countdown finally ended, nothing happened. For at least a few seconds. It was then revealed that the title of TS12 was officially The Life of a Showgirl, and fans could pre-order a vinyl, a cassette, and a CD, but they couldn't see the cover art or the track list, or pretty much anything else about it. Until a new clip was posted by New Heights, showing Taylor revealing the album, and how the album colors would be mint green and orange. A billboard began to appear in Times Square, showcasing a Spotify QR code that led to a brand new playlist called "And Baby, That's Show Business For You," featuring 22 songs that were all produced and written by Taylor Swift, Max Martin, and Shellback. I wonder if that's significant. Probably not. Soon after, if you typed TS12 or The Life of a Showgirl into the TikTok comments, orange glitter would appear. And it still works, so let's see it in the comments. Companies and brands all over the internet began to change their profile pictures to something with orange and glitter, and it was revealed that the announcement for Taylor Swift's 12th studio album became the most viewed video ever on any social platform in a single day with over 167 million views. I think the world was thirsty for a brand new Taylor album. Good job. Orange glitter appeared on Apple Music. Twitter got a new hash flag for hashtag TS The Life of a Showgirl. Hey, that looks familiar. Then on Wednesday, when the New Heights podcast was set to air, the orange karma door appeared on Taylor's merch site, showcasing that all your favorite Swiftie creators who long thought this was definitely an Easter egg and led to something were absolutely correct. But I wonder if Taylor will ever confirm that, or we'll get an apology from people who yelled at us in the comment section. Probably not. And a brand new countdown appeared along with it, expiring August 13th at 7 p.m., the exact same time the New Heights podcast was set to air. Soon after, an orange lock appeared, which had previously been seen in the pre-order, but this time it was revealed that the keyhole was the Eras Tour stage. Then a red lock appeared, a blue lock, and then a white lock, leading to the official cover art of The Life of a Showgirl, as well as 4 deluxe CDs, paired with jewelry and photo cards, as well as revealing the track list, and that this album would be entirely produced by Taylor Swift, Max Martin, and Shellback. Oh, maybe this did mean something. Who knew? Orange glitter also appeared on Google if they Googled Taylor Swift's name, and they could tap the red flaming heart emoji, and we would once again see the tagline, "And baby, that's show business for you." Taylor took the stage on New Heights wearing orange lipstick for The Life of a Showgirl, and told us all the things she's been up to for 2 hours, thanking the podcast for getting her a boyfriend. She also explained in great detail how she actually sent Andrea and Austin to help her win her master's back, and for the first time really went into details of the differences between master recordings and publishing. She confirmed that Red and All Too Well 10-minute version are her favorite project projects that she's done in terms of the re-recordings, and that she prefers her re-recordings to the originals, but fans are more than welcome to listen to whatever version they prefer. She also talked about the Eras Tour a lot, having lofty goals for herself, how happy she was with all the Eras Tour traditions. We got great conversations about otters and sourdough, and Travis being able to throw her over like a mountain. Oh, by the way, we also got the deluxe edition covers. And they all look really good. I mean, really good. We even got some additional photography, which was done by the same people who did the Reputation photo shoot. Anyway, she also talked about her family, getting back into her hobbies, and of course revealed the life of a showgirl and its cover art, giving us a whole bunch of details about the album, including confirming that the orange Karma door was in fact an Easter egg. It was right in front of our eyes the whole time. How did we not see? Speak for yourself. Taylor confirmed that this album would only be 12 tracks. It was recorded entirely in Sweden while she was on the European leg of the Eras Tour, and its subject matter is everything she was going through behind the scenes on the Eras Tour. She confirmed it is infectiously joyful, wild, effervescent, and Travis was very quick to confirm that it is non-stop bangers. We will not be stopping dancing from start to finish. She also confirmed it will be released October 3rd, so that she could still be annoying and include a 13, and it would be a combination of folklore stories plus infectious melodies. Not to mention her incredible quote of, "You should think of your energy like it's a luxury item. Not everyone can afford it." I know that's right. Theories began to fly as fans started piecing together Easter eggs in the past and connecting them to brand new songs. The deluxe edition CDs all sold out, this one being first for some reason. Taylor Nation told us they were checking things off their wish list, also highlighting the Sabrina Carpenter collab incoming. We finally got to see the second page under her master's letter, which reveals the track list. Taylor Nation also suspiciously tweeted that they lost the key to this lock in Vancouver. Say what again? Oh, they really do not want us to forget about the Eras Tour. It's a good thing that Taylor Nation never Easter eggs. Am I right? Then when you started to search the life of a showgirl into TikTok, orange glitter would appear again. Instagram launched a whole bunch of TS12 stickers that you can add to stories. And while fans realized that this video of Taylor walking into the Miami Stadium pointed towards August when Taylor would share information about her 12th studio album, fans also began to wonder if something would happen August 16th when the limited edition CD countdown would end, but it didn't. But weirdly enough, this is Taylor Swift's 16th album overall. Her mind. And that's basically what you missed on the journey to TS12 week 1. I will see you next time for week 2.